Hey Judy, so what you're about to watch is a video from your grandkids, and what our hope is to answer 4 questions. Your first memory of you, your favorite memory, the one thing you really want you to know, so you being Judy, so they answer the question of what they hope you kind of get out of this, what they just want you to know in your everyday life and how thankful they are for you. And what's one word to describe you and who you are and what you mean to us. And then finally, there's a little fun part at the end. And if I think back to what this place means to all of us, especially me, I think back when I was 18, me, Nolan, and Nathan just graduated high school, and I started coming over here and hanging out for Sunday lunch, and just how special that was. One, that you would just allow this total stranger to come into your house and stay the night. And while I was and am their best friend, I think our relationship, was pretty rocky, because maybe I ate all your food, or, it was growing, and maybe you didn't like me because I had a thing for your granddaughter. But this place, this 6017 Edmondson Lane, and what it is so special to so many of us. In the video, you'll hear Nick say that you put in the time and the effort and work that it took to build this family, to cultivate a culture of this family that just cares about each other, and how that just spreads out into their everyday life. And that's how I ended up here, because of the way you raised Doug, and how Doug and Dee Dee raised Nolan and Nathan to invite me in and to welcome me in. And it felt like family from the first time I came here. And Nathan Willis says in the video that he is so thankful and is so happy that you're his grandmother, and that everyone else, and it's true that everyone else wants you to be their grandmother, but they're not. Fortunately, I married in, so I do call you my grandmother. But, I think that my first time coming here would be when, on a Sunday lunch. And I don't remember what day it was. I think it was maybe around my birthday, but you quickly celebrated my birthday, maybe the year after, and that was just so fun. I wasn't part of the family. I wasn't even dating Desley. You still just took the time and to celebrate me, and the rest of the family did. One of my favorite memories that I could think of would be when we went to the beach together. And Nolan and Nathan said that, but I have also another one. When we went down to Cleveland, it was that first year Nathan was going to Lee, and we just drove down there to get him on a Friday, and it was just you and me, and that was really fun, and I'm super thankful for that. It kind of just, I think maybe others thought it was weird, and it, maybe hindsight, it was a little weird that this, the best friend of Nolan and Nathan was going with their grandmother. But in the time and place of where I was at in life, I really needed someone like you. And you were there for me, and you were consistent for me, and you were strong, and you showed me someone who was strong. And it gave me hope. It gave me hope for the future. And then I met my wife here, I met Desley here, on her 16th birthday, right down there in that driveway. And I kind of knew. And I knew that it would be a long road, but I wanted to pursue that, and this place helped that. So yeah, one day your future great-grandchildren, my future kids will come here and spend time with you, and the more of the beach trips, and there's just so, my hope for this is that when you're feeling down and you're upset, and you feel unvalued and unwanted, because it may seem that we just take advantage of your space, know that this place, this house, this address means so much to so many people. And it's because of you. It's because of you and what you did for your children and for your grandchildren. And Dottie sums it up well when she says that before the beach that you were staying, that you wanted your grandchildren to be best friends, and if that didn't happen, if that didn't work, I don't know what did. And it's true. Your grandkids are best friends. I think of Nolan and Nathan, even though they're my best friend, they feel like brothers to Desley. They don't feel like cousins. Cousins don't hang out this much. And then when we have kids, it's not going to feel like a second cousin. It's going to feel like an aunt and an uncle, and it's just that much more intimate, that's much more close because of the people you raise them to be. And so I hope that you hear the love that everyone has for you. And I hope you enjoy and that you keep this for a very long time. So without further ado, I hope you enjoy 6017 Edmondson Lane.
So my first memory of Judy, it's a little vague, but it's more like sensations and feelings. I know we were at the beach, and I can remember going down to the pool, going to the beach, and just kind of like the smell of the ocean and the smell of the sunscreen, and just kind of like the overwhelming, just like the happiness of being there, because it's something she really loves, and it's something she loves to share with everybody. And I think that's really important to her, and it's nice that she would share that with us.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the first one, but I can remember pretty distinctly her and Philip taking me and Nathan to Chattanooga, and we went to the aquarium. We went some other places while we were there, and it was just, you know, a good like little weekend like getaway type trip. And so I liked the fish. It was fun. That's probably my first memory of Judy.
There's definitely not going to be anything specific. It's just, I remember coming over here, like every weekend when I was young. It was like a vacation. She had everything. It was great. Cartoon Network, she did that just for us. That was pretty cool.
I guess my first memory was really when you came with Judy and Julie for Nick's final concert, and they picked up. You picked up Nathan and brought him home, but then we only really said a few words. The first time we really, like, I guess interacted a lot was the first time I came to see Nathan. And
I wasn't here.
Nathan had gone somewhere to get a cheer wine. So you got all excited and ran around the house showing me all those pictures and got home right before you pulled out the bathtub pictures.
My first memory with Mama is probably just all of the beach trips, of course, and going shell hunting and always asking if they were free. I just always loved all of our beach trips and matching, having my tanning buddy from the time I was 1 until now. They've all been so great.
My first memory of Mammal would probably be Sunday lunches, just like being here and her trying to control the volume all the time and like always yelling downstairs when we were playing like Teen Titans Club and All Animals Club, yelling at us that the food was ready. And then she'd always give me and Desley like these little clothes to try on after lunch, and we'd like walk around wearing like tube tops and stuff. And yeah, I guess that's like some of my first memories here.
I remember her and Papo came to, I believe it was Sunnyview, to take pictures with me. I don't think it was actual picture day, but that's just what I remember.
So my first memory is me and Spencer were at Target with Memo, and she did this like every week with us, and she'd give us $5, and she'd say you could either spend it now or you can save it. And honestly, that is like one of my first memories of her, and it is just a huge thing in my life because it taught me, you know, how to spend my money. And it was a valuable life thing, even though we were just little and thought, oh, we're getting toys, so that's my first memory.
Well, I guess the first thing that I think of is coming here to stay every weekend and her making me a bowl of apples, slices, and watching Toy Story on the thing every day. Yeah. So that's my first.
Hey, Mama.
I saw stars like a blanket. I saw people just like me. There was a light moving forward. I got the word and I got you. There was a song they were singing. There was a window to the moon. I saw laughter like a promise. I got the word and I got you. I got the word and I got you.
Would you like a donut?
See, shake that butt. Like Nathan does. Come on, come on.
I got a dream over my shoulder. I got love tied around my waist. I got a big imagination. I got the world and I got you. I got the world and I got you. My shoulder, I got love tied around my waist. I got a big imagination. I got
break dancing with an ostrich.
I got the world and I got you.
My favorite memory is probably the day that we bought my saxophone, because it was, she's always been like, you know, really supportive of what I do, like with music, and then just with this, like the buying of the saxophone, it was just a really nice way to show how much she, you know, supports and wants to support and be there for like my music making and that sort of thing. But I just remember feeling like overwhelmed that someone would want to do that for me.
Exactly.
God, so many good memories. Probably one of my favorite was when we took that trip, our first trip to the Outer Banks, because it was just a very small group of people, so it was like easy to kind of like, you know, everybody be on the same page, and it just was just a really fun trip. Just the drive up there with her, kind of like getting lost and like figuring that out, and like she wanted to use maps, we wanted to use GPS. This was before Judy trusted the internet and like Apple to like basically run her life. She's on her iPad all the time now. But yeah, it was a really fun trip with just me, Christian, Nathan, and Judy.
Probably going to the beach with her that first year we went to the Outer Banks. I feel like that was the first time, like, I got to see her as a friend and not just a grandmother. And unfortunately, I didn't get to become like friends with the rest of my grandparents. And it's been great the past like 8 or 9 years. Just really getting to know her and spend all the time with her.
I guess mine isn't anything like specific necessarily, just all the time that I used to stay over here. Like the few days and weekends and stuff on school, and I guess really before Nathan was staying here too. We'd wake up early and just sit around and talk. It was always really nice.
My favorite memory, not that it, of course it is of Mama, but is obviously wearing your wedding dress. I don't know why I'm crying. But it was so special to me. And because you are my best friend. And just, I don't know. It's like every time I talk to anybody about me wearing your dress, like, they just can't believe it. And seeing your expression whenever I tried it on for the first time was just incredible. It was so perfect, and I wouldn't change it for anything. I'm so thankful to have that memory and to be able to share that with you, because it is so special to me.
I would say some of my favorite memories with Mama would be at the beach. I used to love going for walks with her and Papa in the morning if I got up early enough, or just like going to the candy stores when we used to go to Madeira Beach all the time. Stuff like that at the beach. Oh, parasailing was fun with her, and just like random little talks we have on the beach.
I don't have a particular favorite memory, but I do have a lifetime of weekends spent here in our home, and it just means a lot to me to be able to come over here.
My favorite memory happened a few years back. One day I was just over here and I had been having a rough week, and I just looked at Mama and I was like, let's go out. And I took her to Brewster's because I'd remember her telling me about how she always used to get pecan ice cream with Papa. So I took her to Brewster's and we got her some, and we like took some pictures in the car and talked about Papa and just jammed out to music and had a lot of fun together, so.
Yeah, just being able to stay here with all my cousins and her every weekend.
I'm really super thankful just how, you know, she's my #1 fan. Like, I don't know how to describe it any other way. She's the one that's always hanging posters up and commenting on pictures of me in different shows and coming to see shows, and she's just always been there for me and has been supportive of this kind of unorthodox career that I've decided to get into, and I'm just really thankful for that.
Probably wanted to know that she kind of defined family for me. I feel like, you know, a lot of people have like, you know, kind of crappy families or just like, you know, difficult family situations, and kind of like Judy has always been like the glue that held this family together, and kind of even through like rough stuff and deaths and stuff like that, has kind of just like little quarrels and stuff has kind of like held us together and like kept us coming back here. Like this house and like this family is always just something that to come back to.
That she's the best. I'm protective of her because everybody in the world wants her to be their grandmother. But they're not cool, and I'm cool because she's my grandmother.
I guess just that maybe it doesn't always feel like everyone appreciates all the things that she does, but they do. Everyone's pretty lucky to have somebody like Judy who set aside like Sundays as a time for family to get together, which I know back before the beach trip you had mentioned that like that's what you wanted was your like grandkids to be best friends, and man, if that didn't succeed, I don't know what did.
Okay, so I think that I'm most thankful for like you always saying yes just to everything, like from when I was little, probably calling to like spend the night pretty much like every night, and just you always, you know, saying yes to that. From me always calling, needing you to pick me up from school, or take me to Walmart, or take me to get my car fixed, or even in high school, still coming to pick me up from school if my car was broken, or which happened a lot. And even to now, like calling to just ask you a question about my plants, or asking you to fix something that I have like ripped in a piece of clothing, or anything. Like you always say yes, and I'm very thankful for that.
One thing I want Mama to know is how thankful that I am to have her, and how thankful I am that, you know, she was there for me last year when everything got really hard. She's been a part of some of my best memories growing up as a kid, and always having Sunday lunches and giving me the friends that I have and my cousins. And then she's been there when I needed her most. And I'm thankful that Delaney has a home with her too.
I appreciate everything you've done for me. And I appreciate you always having a home for me.
My one thing that I want her to know is that I love you unconditionally, and that I am so unbelievably grateful for everything you have ever done for me. It is just beyond amazing.
No, she just allows us to stay here every night and make a mess every time, scream, have fun.
I'm gonna go with homemaker. I think that's a good one, because that's what I really think of when I think of what she's done. She's crafted and cultivated this very extended but tightly knit family. And it was a lot of energy and a lot of work, but she put in the work, and she's made a home here for not just her, but for all of us.
Yeah.
Unrelenting.
When I think of Judy, I guess the one thing that I would use to describe her is full of life.
I don't have it. I'm gonna sit here and think about it.
I hope you incorporate a long pause.
Just cut the music. Just like slowly zooms in.
She's a pistol. That's something that old people say about old people.
Are you saying Judy's old?
Singing in the kitchen.
The first word that came to my mind was stubborn.
Going on vacation.
One word to describe Mamaw. Crazy, but in the best way. I love the fun-loving spirit that Mamaw has, and that she can still keep up with our energy sometimes, and is still willing to play crazy games with us and put up with all the stuff that we are always doing at her house.
Crazy.
My one word would probably be strong, because I have never met someone who has been through so much stuff, and she is just always constantly happy, and she just deals with it all. I don't know how she does, but she puts up with us, and we love her.
Caring.
You don't choose them, you can't lose them. We all have a song to sing. Some crazy, some are amazing. All got a little bit of everything. Sons and daughters, like a photograph, baptized in the water, put me on the map. All in this together, we're taking a chance. Like birds of a feather, kick off our shoes and dance.